Hey, it's King Kaiju here, and Nielsen has finally come out with the official streaming numbers for 2022. And not only Kevin Feige, but you, the viewer, also is not gonna believe how bad the Marvel TV shows did. So we start things off with Nielsen releasing their top 15 overall streaming, regardless of where, how, when, just everybody. And not only was Marvel TV shows not on that list at all, but of the top 15 spots, the Disney Plus channel only had 3, and one of those was The Simpsons. And that is a real eye-opener because The Simpsons is a program that's been going on for ever, is surviving almost entirely on nostalgia. It hasn't been funny in decades at this point. I don't know what it is, close to that. And yet still it remains in the top 15 streaming of all programs. Yes, there are a gazillion episodes, but it doesn't matter. There could be a gazillion episodes of Gunsmoke and it's not on the top list as well, or MASH. So yeah, Kevin Feige definitely took note of that, but the follow-up chart is what really got his attention. Nielsen then further broke it down into the top 15 original content shows. So obviously The Simpsons isn't considered original because it's been around, it's pre-existing. So all of the Marvel TV shows would have fallen into this, right? There is not a Marvel TV show to be found on that list, and as the ultimate insult, as the ultimate affront, Rings of Power clocks in at number 15. You also have to understand how the Nielsen ratings work for these. This is the most important part. All their ranking is total minutes watched. That's it. So whereas Marvel was very keen to point out very large, ostensibly, or at least they claimed, initial viewing numbers on premiere episodes, especially for the abomination that is the She-Hulk, they don't report on the sharp and steady fall off and decline because you're not going to crack the top 15 if after your premiere you have nothing but a downward trajectory because people are talking, because people are making videos, and because it's utter garbage. Now you knew Kevin Feige wasn't going to take this sitting down, so let's check out what he had to say about it. So when being interviewed by Entertainment Weekly, he said, quote, "We want Marvel Studios and the MCU projects to really stand out and stand above. So people will see that as we get further into Phase 5 and 6, the pace at which we're putting out the Disney Plus shows will change so they can get a chance to shine." So the reporter then went on to ask him, does this mean less shows and farther apart? Feige said, "I think both." Now, this is a major, major deal because this is a major course correction. The Marvel program outline, whatever you want to call it, is based on long-term plans. So what happens in this show, that movie, affects the next. That's how they built the MCU. So ostensibly, Phase 5 and Phase 6 are already planned out. Start to finish, front to back, every show, every movie. Maybe a little bit of margin for error or the possible question mark of the Deadpool movie, but basically the structure was there. After the abysmal showing in the ratings, they have said, no, we can't do this anymore. Some higher up, thankfully, said, hey, you're not making us any money with these. You can't even crack the top 15, much less the top 10. In fact, Disney Plus, as we said on the originals, has 0 shows in the top 15. This is probably channel-wide, honestly. So instead, what they're now going to do, what he's backpedaling with his nice corporate speak, is saying, yeah, basically the words come down from on high, and we're going to have to nix a show or two. We're going to have to maybe, I would expect, quite honestly, you're going to start seeing very short seasons. That would make a lot more sense to me. They weren't exactly long to begin with, but I could totally see Disney Plus and heck, maybe a lot of the streaming services go to a 6-episode season. It cuts down on the costs, and if you do find that you've got a hit on your hand, then ramping up for a second 6-episode season is a heck of a lot easier, shorter, and less expensive than when you're trying to wrangle all your cast and crew for a 20-week shoot or whatever. As far as I'm concerned, this is radically altering the Phase 5, Phase 6 plans in ways we'll never learn about, but definitely not what they wanted. Definitely going to have an impact on things to come. Again, my thoughts, I'd like to know yours. Let's talk about it. Obey your king. Subscribe to the channel and click the notification icon.